Yo guys, it's CFB. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with a match preview for the game today. Well, the game tomorrow. Manchester City versus Chelsea at the Etihad, it's going to be tough. But, we're going to get into that as we go through the video. Obviously, just before I do get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description to my streaming channel. Go and check that out. Be very much appreciated. I stream on there pretty much all the time. So, yeah, go and give it a follow. Be very much appreciated. We're close to going affiliate on there, so that'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, let's jump straight into the match preview. Let's jump into the match preview because it's a big game. Every match preview I come across right now, I'm saying for Chelsea Football Club, it's a big game. For Manchester City, it's a big game as well. Don't get me wrong, but Manchester City have something to play for. Obviously, they're in that title race with, Liverpool and, sadly, I have to say, Arsenal and stuff like that. They're in that title race. We don't have anything to play for, but at the same time we do. We don't have a trophy on the line in terms of the league, but we have European football, which we're going to get into in a second. It's a big game for both clubs. Both clubs are going to want this desperately. I saw Pep Guardiola say something in his press conference saying Chelsea, it's going to be a tough game. This might be one of the hardest games of the season for us or something like that. And I'm there like, mate, have you seen us the last couple of games? Have you seen us for the past couple of 2 months or 3 months? Have you seen us? But Pep's always nice to us in the thingy. I think he just belittles us or something like that. Just goes, taps him on the shoulder and goes, oh yeah, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, we don't oppose a threat to them. Let's be real. Let's hopefully, let's prove him wrong. Let's prove him wrong because he is belittling us. Let's hope we prove him wrong and take him to the cleaners. Hopefully we do. But I've got to be honest. Let's be real here. Let's sit in front of this camera and let's be real. Are we all expecting anything against City? I don't care if we won the last 2 games on a bounce. We had a brilliant game. Don't get me wrong, against Aston Villa. We had a brilliant game. I can actually look at us and go, you know what? Fair enough. We had a brilliant game there. Crystal Palace, whole the first half was not good at all. Not good enough at all, and it wasn't good at all. We had 0 shots. On target, we had 1 shot. And I get it, we scored straight away against Crystal Palace in the second half. But after we scored that, we didn't really do anything until until the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We didn't really offer much. We weren't that good. But a win's a win on the board, and we showed some sort of something in the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm asking for something. Whereas, obviously, like I said, City is Manchester City. I mean, their team's full of experienced winning players. Compared to us, we're inexperienced. They've got a world-class coach. Compared to us, we've got a very, very average coach. It's going to be a tough game, like I've already just said. Let's be real. Even if we don't get anything from this game, was we expecting anything? Man City are going to be turning on that gas right now. They're currently second in the league on 52 points. 2 points behind Liverpool, who are first. So if they win this game, obviously they get 3 points. And they go a point at the Premier League, top of the Premier League. They've also, I've just spat everywhere, man. That's disgusting, that is, man. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. I apologise. But they also have Arsenal on the exact same points as them in the exact same matches played on 52 points. So, Manchester City are going to turn it on against us. They're not going to, it's not like they're miles clear at the top of the league, so they're just going to go like, oh yeah, we'll get 2 goals and we're just going to take it easy. No, they're going to be gunning for 6 or something like that tomorrow. I'm telling you this. They're going to be gunning for 6. But luckily, I'm going to get into the match prediction at the end of the video, so if you want to see that, it's at the end of the video. But I do think if we do lose, I don't think we're going to lose by much. Why do I say that? Because Chelsea usually play... Chelsea usually play really, really well against the teams that like to express themselves. Teams that like to express themselves come forward, attack you, that don't just low block, or even if they're winning, don't just low block. We tend to do really, really well against those teams. We tend to play our football better against those teams because our style of football, well, if you could say a style of football, I don't think we have a style of football. I don't think Pochettino's invented a style of football into the team. I think it's just wing it, but... you do see a little bit more of something, I don't know what it is, but some sort of play against, your Cities, Liverpools, Arsenals, Tottenhams and stuff like that, because they like to push on us. So you tend to see us do better against the bigger teams who like to push against us. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like we saw against Aston Villa. We got 4-4 against Man City last time we played them, and you could say we kind of got unlucky in a way. Because I think the penalties are harsh, but you know, there might be something to take from this game. We've got to take it, and we've got to be brave. I think Chelsea Football Club have to be brave tomorrow, no matter what, because if you're going to be fearful of Manchester City, and you know that they're a super team, but you've got nothing to lose. Just go there at their ground and put it on them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Just go to them and put it on them. Got nothing to lose. Everybody's expecting us to lose. Everybody expects us to lose against Man City. So push them. Be brave. Like I said, we play better against these type of teams. We play better against the top teams who like to push on us and put pressure on us. Who like to be expressive with their football or don't low block. We tend to play better against those teams because there's more space to exploit. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think there is something in this game for us. I do think there's something in this game for us, which is weird because, you know, you look at my previews against Brentfords and your Crystal Palaces and stuff like that, and I say I don't think we're going to get anything from this game. But then you look at my previews for the Man Cities and Liverpool and stuff like that, and I'm a bit more confident because we tend just to do better. I don't know what it is, but we do tend to do better. But that comes down to mentality. We should have the mentality going into every single game in the Premier League thinking that, but we don't. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. We're currently sitting 10th, obviously, on 34 points in 24 games, which, however you look, it is awful for Chelsea Football Club. 10 wins, 10 losses, 4 draws, and 41 goals scored and 40 conceded. Jesus Christ. So we leak a lot of goals. Defensively, we leak a lot of goals. So, yeah, we've got something to play for here. Again, as well, if Fulham win their game, they go up from 29 points to 32, which is only 2 behind us in 10th, and they are currently in 12th. Wolves are on 32 points, so if they win, they go a point above us, and we drop down to 11th. But if we win 34, 35, 36, 37, if we win, and I know this is hypothetical and probably unrealistic, but 9th place Brighton lose, West Ham lose, and Newcastle lose, which that's 9th, 8th and 7th, we could go a point above Newcastle and West Ham and 2 points above Brighton and move into 7th. So there's something to play for there. There's something there to play for. Now, what I was going to say at the beginning of the video, when I was saying, obviously, City have the league and we've got some sort of Europe to play, is because from what I've been hearing from reports, I don't know if this is fully true or not, but from what I've been hearing on reports, Chelsea cannot afford to get Conference League. Obviously, if we do win the Carabao Cup, we get Conference League, because if you win, whoever wins Carabao Cup gets a free entrance in a Conference League. But from what I've been reading on the reports, a financial FFP, something like that, if we get into conference, it will actually screw us over more than getting without Europe. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of confusing. So do we need to kind of aim for the Europa League? Which I'm hearing the Europa League still wouldn't be great, but it's way better and it wouldn't put us in any critical condition. Champions League is what we need. And it's true, to be fair, if you think about it, because this is Chelsea Football Club. We can't go 2 years without Champions League. Imagine if we go without Champions League next year as well. Financially, we'll be screwed then. Next year, I can understand. But this year, I don't know if there are false reports, but we'll have to wait and see on that behalf. But, yeah, without further ado, let's go for the team that I would go with for tomorrow's game. So, real quick before we get into the lineup that I want to go with for tomorrow, we've got we got injury news. So, we're going to get into the 2 fresh new injuries that have just happened. So, Thiago Silva is injured. And Carney Chukwuemeka got an injury in training from a twisted ankle. So I don't think he'll be out for too long, but he's out. He's got another injury. Badiashile is out injured. Cucurella is out injured. Fofana is still obviously out injured. James obviously out injured. Lavia, now we're going to get into that in a second, but Ukachukwu is out injured as well. So Lavia's on this list because this list came out about 1 o'clock. But just recently, no joke, just recently, about an hour and a half ago, something like that, Romeo Lavia was spotted in individual training. I'll put the picture up right here. Here he is in training. He was spotted in training today. He's in individual training, so not full training, individual. So he's probably still got a while back till he comes back. But hey, if he's on the bench, I ain't complaining. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If he somehow appears on the bench, I ain't going to complain. But it'll be a step up. I'm just hoping he's going to get re-injured again, because he never had a bad injury record at Southampton. And as soon as he comes to Chelsea, he's injured all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the starting 11 that I'll go for tomorrow. So, Petrovic in goal, Ben Chilwell off left back, Levi Colwill and Disasi as your two centre backs, Gusto right back, Enzo Fernandez Caicedo in the double pivot, Nicholas Jackson on the left wing, Gallagher as the cam, Palmer on the right wing, and then Nkunku as the ST. Now, let me explain why I've gone with this team. Let me explain why I've chosen some of these players. So, Petrovic in goal, obviously, no doubt, has to keep his lineup. Now, Robert Sanchez is officially back from his injury now, so he's back in training. He's been back in training, I think, now for a little bit. Oh my God, I'm getting my words mixed up. Poch said in the press conference when asked if Robert Sanchez were going to start, he said, "We will see." Now, if Robert Sanchez starts tomorrow, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And unfair on Petrovic, completely unfair on Petrovic, if that's the case, because Petrovic is undroppable in my eyes. Since he's come in, he has not made a mistake. He hasn't made a mistake. Honestly, he's took the reins and he's proven me wrong. My fear with Petrovic when people were saying we should start him over Sanchez was he never played a single second in the Premier League. Chuck him in big games, at the time when people were saying to chuck him in. Maybe it'd be a bit too much on him. Maybe it would be a bit too much on him. Maybe he should start a couple cup games first to get into the rhythm of things. But he blew me away straight away. Love him. Should stay in there. And if somehow Sanchez is in goal, I don't think Sanchez is a bad keeper, to be fair. I think he's actually improved, especially towards before his injury. I think he improved quite a lot. But he should not come straight in. No thanks. No thank you. Until Petrovic makes a blunder, like a blunder or a couple blunders, then that's when you consider it. So, Ben Chilwell left back. We've got no other left back, self-explanatory. Just, you got to be on it tomorrow, Ben Chilwell. He's going to have techie, speedy wingers against him tomorrow. So, he's got to be on his A game tomorrow. Levi Colwill, Disasi centre-backs. They're the only two centre-backs we have. Now, Trevor Chalobah, for the first time this whole season, was spotted on the bench for the last game. Obviously, he didn't play a second of the game, but he was spotted on the bench. He was on the bench for the game. So, you know me, I'm a big fan of Trevor Chalobah. I think he's a class centre-back, honestly. I think he's really, really good. If one of these two were injured, I would love Trevor Chalobah to come into this lineup, but I don't see it happening for a start. So, yeah, if somehow another centre-back gets injured, he's the one to go for. Or even at right-back, I'd play him at right-back. But, yeah, Levi Colwill comes in, plays in his actual position, left centre-back. I think he's going to have a good game tomorrow. I really do think he's going to have a good game tomorrow. This is a game where he needs to prove himself tomorrow, because, we've barely seen him at left centre-back, but at the times we have, he's not been amazing, where you can look at him and go, oh, yeah, this is why you need him there. Do you know what I mean? He's been decent. He's been playing left back majority of the time, which isn't his fault. But tomorrow is a big game for him and for us in general. So he needs to be commanding in that area. Is obviously him and Disasi both have Haaland to deal with, who's an absolute nuisance, and he's obviously fresh back from an injury, so it's going to be tough. Disasi, I've got to say, keep it up. Absolutely keep it up. I think I can't believe I've been saying this, but ever since the Aston Villa game, so Aston Villa and Crystal Palace, he's been really, really good. I've looked at him and I've gone, you know what, you've kind of switched the corner a little bit. Not yet, but he's kind of switched a little bit of a corner, maybe. Let's hope he keeps it up. He needs to be on his A game as well tomorrow. Gusto right back, self-explanatory. No other right backs we've got at the moment at the club. Well, we have, but Reece James obviously out injured. My only fear is we have the Carabao Cup game next week, I'm pretty sure. Gusto and Ben Chilwell are being our only wing backs. If one of those get injured, I think it massively demotes our chances to win that Carabao Cup, especially with Augusto getting injured. It demotes us massively. Because even if both got injured, well, we've got no other person to put right back, and left back, it'd be Levi Colwill off left back and Trevor Chalobah as a centre back. We're going to struggle with names, you know what I'm trying to say. But I trust Gusto not to get injured here, you know what I'm trying to say, so yeah. Enzo Fernandez Caicedo, I don't even need to say anything about these two. They've both been brilliant the last two games. Caicedo, I want him to fix up on his passing a little bit. He's good at obviously getting the ball, intercepting the ball and winning the tackle and obviously doing a short pass. That's what you need him for. but whenever he sprays these long balls or, you know, looks for a long pass or like even a pass that's not short or something like that, it's like he either somehow overhits it or underhits it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we need him and Enzo in that double pivot together. At times against Crystal Palace, we saw Enzo with back to goal too far up and Caicedo isolated by himself as a DM. At times, though, we did see them both as a double pivot. So I'm hoping for this game, especially against Manchester City, where they can, if they really want to, they can mull around midfield because they're obviously experienced winners at the moment. I'm not saying our midfield is bad. They're not. They're just young. Give them 2 years' time, and them two will boss Man City's midfield in 3 years' time. You watch. Honestly, they have the potential to. But with Enzo, play him in the double pivot. Play him where he's got the whole pitch to pick out a pass, not with his back to goal. You know what I'm trying to say? So we have to have that tomorrow. So we're going to get exploited very, very badly. The defence will be there to exploit. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, Jackson off the left wing. Keep playing him off the left. I've got to be honest. Like, I don't mind if you play him up top. I don't mind because I do think he does still offer something up top. But off the left, I'm telling you, people are starting to see why I was saying earlier on in the season, yes, he might need to fix up finishing-wise as a finisher, being in the box and stuff like that. But technical ability, being on the ball, you know, his dribbling and driving past players, the opposition, and creating a chance or something like that is actually really good. People are now seeing it, and I'm starting to be proved right. So Jackson, keep it up off that left-hand side. Honestly, he's keeping out Sterling and Mudryk, who are permanent left wingers. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. If Jackson does not start off the left, though, I would want to see Mudryk off the left wing tomorrow because there is space to be exploited in Man City's defence and high line and stuff like that. He's obviously got the pace to do it. So, yeah, I do not want to see Sterling in this game as well. Conor Gallagher in the cam, again, scored 2 goals against Crystal Palace. In my opinion, those 2 goals were big. If it wasn't for those 2 goals, we wouldn't have won the game. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't really offer a load amount. He doesn't offer a load amount in the game. Pressing-wise, where the press starts for us, he is the guy who starts the press. But he's starting to add goals onto his tally, goals and assists onto his tally, so keep it up. Cole Palmer off the right. I'm dropping Madueke. That performance against Crystal Palace was not good enough. Not good enough. Cole Palmer needs to step up, though, because I think in the last game against Crystal Palace, I don't think he did much either. So he needs to step up as well. But his chance creation, especially with deep balls into the box and stuff like that, he can offer something, especially against his old team, his former team, who he did play for, played like a game or 2 at the start of season 4. He knows these players, he knows how to take them on and stuff like that, put him there. And then Nkunku up top. Now, Nkunku up top can offer something. At RB Leipzig, he played as an ST against Manchester City and he scored a hat-trick against them. So he can do that against Manchester City, against a big team, a big boy team that has space at the back to take on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But my only thing is the tactical instruction Pochettino puts on Nkunku as an ST. You see it time and time again. It's not the right tactical instruction. When he came off the bench in last game, he barely got any touches. The tactical instruction was wrong. You could tell by the way he was playing. But when you actually play him in the cam, he's brilliant. Every time we've seen him at the cam so far, he's been absolutely vital. But whenever he does get on the ball at ST, he does create something. He does everything right. He hasn't ever put a foot wrong. He has to start tomorrow. I don't want to see Palmer in the false 9. And if we start Palmer in the false 9, Jackson off the left and Madueke off the right, is completely wrong. Because Palmer, I'm sorry, cannot play the false 9. He can't. You lose him when you're playing in the false 9. At least Nkunku can offer something. He's played in the false 9 for many times. Obviously, he's more of a cam. Cam's his main position. But I just think Gallagher's a bit undroppable right now. I just think he is. Maybe you could get an interchange between Nkunku and Jackson sometimes. Maybe Nkunku plays up ST, Jackson off the left, and then sometimes they switch. I don't know, but yeah, Nkunku has to play in this game tomorrow. He has to. So yeah, that's the team I'd go for tomorrow. Let me know in the comments down below what yours would be. So, score prediction, Manchester City versus Chelsea. Like I said earlier, I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. I don't think it's going to be bad as people think. People, obviously, rival fans are expecting us to get mullered. They're expecting us to get mullered. There's a potential we could get mullered. Depends how Pochettino sets the team up, really, doesn't it? But I would love to go with a Chelsea win. But I just feel like we're going to fall short. I think we're going to lose 2-1. I think I think we're going to lose 2-1. I think we'll get a goal, but I just think Manchester City are just going to... My theory is, I think Pochettino's tactical instruction to the double pivot would be Enzo with his back to goal, pushing up too high and leaving Caicedo too isolated. And that midfield's going to boss us. That's what I just think. I think Rodri's balls is going to boss us and everything like that. That sounds really bad. Don't take it like that. But, yeah, I just think the tactical instruction for the double pivot's going to be off. And that's going to be on Pochettino's head. And I have a feeling he's going to start Sterling as well and not Nkunku. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. This is all things we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping I get proven wrong, obviously, like that. Because I would love nothing more than a Chelsea win right now. Because if we... Don't get me wrong. Right now, if we beat Manchester City, that means we've gone 3 wins on the bounce. One against Aston Villa, a very good team. One against Man City, a very good team. Obviously, Crystal Palace, not so good team. Do you know what I mean? But... It's still 3 wins on the bounce, and beating Manchester City would hopefully take our players' mentality like, oh my god, let's go in and smash everybody, and not like not in an underestimate way, like in terms of like confidence. You know what I'm trying to say? Confidence. So yeah, I'm hoping we can. I do think we're going to give them a good game, but I just think the tactical instruction is going to be off, and we're going to get caught up on that midfield way too often. So yeah. Chelsea, as my Champions League posters there, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And yeah, take care everybody. Like, subscribe, notification on, because video for the match review will be up an hour after an hour after the game. Yeah, take care. Up the flipping Chelsea. And yeah, peace.